swing to you. Okay, this is a really special material that I make. So the program is called Aerial Yoga Play. I first want to just explain to you why I call it Aerial Yoga Play. So it's part of a project called the Quantum Playground. And so I like to teach physics through play. So the Quantum Playground and the Aerial Yoga Play swing, experiencing, is a really fun way to access the body and learn physics through play. So aerial yoga in the last 5 years has grown in popularity at the same time that I created this program. So I just like to distinguish for people that this is not traditional aerial yoga. And the main difference is the equipment we use. And then the other main difference is the focus. This is really a therapeutic program. And I really want to invite people to feel comfortable with the swing. So that's the main thing, is to, like any new relationship, we're going to get familiar with the swing and learn to build trust and comfort with it. So we'll spend a lot of time adjusting things and getting it just right for you. Since we were doing a bunch of tricks earlier, we'll do some tricks today, but mainly focusing on opening up the spine. That's the main thing to focus on, supported backbends and inversions. So if this is a review for you, just play along. We have 2 daisy chains, either hanging from the beam or the eye hooks. If anybody does want to take a swing home, it's really easy to hang it up. 2 eye hooks from Home Depot cost about $5 each. Really, really affordable way to bring up the swings. It comes with the daisy chains, everything you see here, 2 carabiners for the swing and hand holds, and then 2 carabiners for the leg loops. So we all want to get in and put the swing behind our back and make sure it's at a good height for us. Okay? So the swing is going to go right along the rib cage. So below the bra strap. If we don't get it low enough, when we go to sit down, it's going to tug on the armpits, and that can be really uncomfortable for the nervous system, as well as the lymphatics, and the tender little heart area that we start to open can really start to have a counterbalance, can really react. So let's go ahead and sink back. So we lean back, we walk our feet forward, make sure they're nice and wide, turn your toes out just 45, so not too much, just right. You find all the way forward, trace the shape of the mat. So then get into the hook. So the hook is the forearms pressing down, and then drop the hips. So can you feel the leverage here? So when you drop the hips, there's kind of like an anchor point under the arms where you can really sink in. That looks great. So can you walk your feet forward a little bit more? See, if you look up, you're pressing back away from your plumb line. Yes. There you go. So that's a nice reference. Can you sink your hips down? Can you lower all the way down? So pick your feet up. There you go. Now push them down nice and slow. So if your hips are level with your knees, then I know that you're in a good position. See how the shoulders just rode up to the ears? So go ahead and sink back. That looks great. So sink back with straight legs. Push the swing all the way down below the bra strap. Go ahead and push it down all the way. Just lean back to get it there. So I'm going to just use you as a little guinea pig if you don't mind. So go ahead and lean back all the way. Okay. Now bring weight in the upper body so this slides down. Yeah. No straight legs. Yeah. Go ahead and keep leaning back. Keep leaning back. Yes, that's it. So now when the swing slides down a little bit more, go ahead and listen to that again. Watch her. See how she wiggle a little bit to get there. While you're, yeah, there you go. Cool. Now come and sit into it, see if that feels a little bit better. So this is the main thing that I like to teach people, is where to put the swing. Because that's what I find most when we go into these are called upright positions, sumo squat. I find people will have less fun if the underarms start yelling at them, right? Because very rarely do we hang all of our weight from our armpits. And then go ahead and traction your shoulders down your back and drop your hips. Push your pubic bone down to the ground. That's it. That's great. See how the shoulders are up by the ears? Can you sort of pull those down? So we're going to find this tractioning in the spine. We'll do that a couple times. Let's go ahead and lean back again. This time even bigger. See if you can get the swing to the lower part of the ribs. All the way down. Keep going. You're getting it. That's it. You got it. Nice. And then go ahead and come into chillaxin arms, so clasp the hands behind the head. And your feet are a little wide. It's okay. Just bend one knee at a time. Don't worry about synchronized swimming at the moment. Just go ahead and sway from side to side. Come into a supported back bend. Let it feel good. So pressing back, and then I'll bend one knee, and then the other knee, and I just alternate. And if you feel really good doing that, press back the whole time, hun. Go. If you feel good doing that, you can pull the elbow towards the bent knee and get a nice side body stretch. And just see if you can find that weeping willow sensation, that feeling of swaying in the wind. So we have a strong foundation in the legs, but the upper body is just letting itself softly float from side to side. There you go. Cool. A little bit more. Go ahead and just lean back the whole time. Oops, back is the other way. Is that okay? Great. So do you usually have tight shoulders? Maybe. Yeah, go ahead and grab around my waist. Be a nice stretch. Is that okay? Nice. So yeah, so when we come back up, we're going to have you come to stand. You guys can all do your welcome to stand one more time. Ooh, you're flexing. Okay, this swing might be a little too high for you. Why don't I bring it down one and see if that helps? Okay. So you guys can all just come forward when you're ready, back to sumo squat, and just shake out the hips from side to side a little bit. See if that feels good. So there's a couple different things that we can do. We can bring the leg loops up and down. We can bring the swing up and down. There's lots of different variations, and we're just going to go over the equipment today and make sure that it's in a sweet spot for you. So go ahead and kick behind the back again. See if you like it like this. So it can be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. It's just personal taste. Like your swing could be higher but not lower. Okay. Right? Can you see why?
Totally.
Yeah, because that's like max with the hips. So let's try it again. So lock it in really low. Yeah. So just look, watch me. Yeah, use the forearms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it. There you go. And then go ahead and sit down. And then you're up here with the forearms. Yeah. Let it slide up just slightly. Drop your hips. When you drop your hips, it's going to slide. Yeah, right there. There you go. Does that feel a little better? Yeah. And see how you can create this space here? So we're retraining the posture. It takes a little bit. Beautiful, Deborah. You totally got it. Awesome. There you go. Yeah. Usually the mats are in a good spot, but if not, we'll move it around. I like to get them to center. So let's go ahead and play with our leg loops. Make sure they're in a good position. So we always stay wrapped around the swing. We're going to hug the swing. Both hands grab for one leg loop. Stay seated. Just kind of wiggle your right foot to center. See how my hips are hanging? See if you can hang here. Cool. Grab with both hands. Let's do the left one. Should we do the right? Everybody's so used to me doing that one. Go ahead and put that behind the knee. Good. Let's test out the other one. Make sure the leg loops are in a good position for everyone. So lift up. Use your core. Yeah, good job. All right, chillaxing pose.
It's so good.
Yeah. Right? You got it right way.
Another one.
So I want you to look over at Alyssa. See where her hips are? Yeah, there you go. Really good. Good. So we're all, I call it biomimicry. All of nature does it. This is how we learn. Is we actually learn through visual and audio, kinesthetic, and then an experiential. Right? And so we're working with entrainment in the field. So all of us practicing together are helping one another. So looks good. The other part that you want to do is get this lift here. Yeah. Perfect. So your hips stayed heavy. That was perfect adjustment. And now you're opening up the heart. Try the chillaxin arms again so the head feels supported, but the heart can blossom open. So clasp your hands behind your head. Lean back. So push your back into the swing, but keep the hips heavy so you get this tractioning in two opposite directions. And the swing can go right behind the heart, so lean back so that it can actually slide down a little bit more. There you go. And then it's called swagger. We're going to sway from side to side. We're going to have some fun, getting a little swagger in our swing. There you go. Yeah, just again, building relationship, building trust, letting it feel good. It's okay to kick your neighbor. Just tell them that you love them and you're sorry in advance. But if you can start to sync up, see if you can sync up with one another to see if you can become little schools of fishies. Right? If they can do it, we can do it. I don't know if they have a whole conversation about it at first, or like have to kick each other a couple times to get it. The little fins. But yeah, we got it. So let's come back through center. Let's go ahead and shake out the hands, jazz hands. Cool. So what I usually like to do here is do a little flow. So we're just going to come into a folded, floating child. So fold your arms around. Float and sink in. So this is the only pose that I really like the back to round. See if you can pull the energy and harness it in the center of your belly. Stay here and pause whenever you feel like you need a break. And then go ahead and blossom. So go ahead and expand the arms, expand the legs. Keep the hips heavy, but lift the heart up. See if you can get that traction through the front of the spine. Long arms, long legs, expand, blossom. And then go ahead and exhale and squeeze it again, round in. So we're warming up the spine with undulation. Bring up here. And then go ahead and blossom. Inhale and expand, arms and legs. Let it feel good wherever you are. Just take a moment to hang here. Is there any way to create more space in the body? Can you let the fingers start to flex back? Point the toes and lengthen the legs away from one another. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Start to round it again. Nice big exhale. Just let it all out. Very, you guys look beautiful. So this is a place where you can come and rest anytime you need. So when we come to a wide T, so just T the arms, we're going to do a little floating, if you're ready. So we have our superstars. This is called star. Superstars. So let's go ahead and bend the right knee and come into a pigeon. So really gentle. I wanted to ask, because if anybody has injuries, any injuries? I have like a little knee thing happening right now. My knee's swollen. So I'm going to be very gentle on it. Shoulders are okay. Neck is okay. Lower back's okay. It's amazing. There's always something, right? But if you forget, quote unquote, or if something comes up later, feel free to ask me if you need any help. Also, our lovely assistants will come around, like I said, and if anybody doesn't want help, just do a little namaste, like thank you anyhow. And if we're good, you can just do the thumbs up. So the ones practicing in the training, see how we're opening up the hips and I'm tricking you guys by having the chat. So I call this wag the tail. So just wag the tail a little bit. Just sinking down. So if anybody at any time needs anything special, please let me know, even if it's a question, like how do I get this to stop hurting kind of thing, because it is something that you have to get used to. We'll make some adjustments. Or if you have a special issue happening in the body and you'd like to see what kind of pose we could do it, we're doing yoga translations today, and so I'm going to encourage the people that are getting trained to come around and put their hands on you and give you little adjustments, but only with their nonverbal cues. Okay, so even they're awesome beings, and you might want to chat it up and find out how their day was, or talk about your grandma. We're just going to save the conversation for the front of the room, and if something comes up, feel free to ask me anything. Okay? So we'll do as much as possible because we're all learning here. Even me, I'm always learning. I always learn from you guys too. And we're going to keep the conversation as much as we can concentrated, but I do want you to feel like you can have a chat with me as long as it's pertinent to the swing. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. So just use the momentum. Bring the left foot up. Okay, does that feel good? Did I miss anything, Deborah? Anything else that we should ask?
Oh, if you feel like it's riding up, then just grab on here and allow it to slide down a little bit to your bra line and then make it for your heart again.
Yeah, or just lean back. That's the easy way to do it. Just lean back. And it'll slide down some. Good. So chillaxing arms is a much easier pigeon pose, right? Good. I'm also going to show you guys a little trick after we do the side of how to spread the swing out, and that's like the special secret sauce. That the swing, everything expands and it feels really good. So when there's pressure on a part of the body, we want to acclimate slowly, so it's going to take some time to get used to the swing. And so anytime that you need, we're going to spread it out and give the body a break. And then when we come back and revisit it, it usually is a lot happier than if we try to push through something and effort it. We do Doing great back there. This looks lovely. Okay, let's go ahead and come back through center, sway it out. Now, what I'm going to do is grab the front edge of the swing, and then I'm going to lift my hips and I'm going to pull it down. So see if you can trace it around so that if you lift your hips enough, you can spread it out under your bum. So the front edge is closer to your hip. There you go. Yeah. So I grabbed the front edge and I kind of traced it around and I pulled it down. Yeah, just keep lifting up. Nice. So all of a sudden we're in our cocoon. And sometimes we can get it, sometimes we can't. There you go. If you got a little tangle, and you're like, wait a second, the diaper is not working. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Got it. Here you go. So let's go ahead and spread it out. So this is our cocoon when we get in. We're going to go through a nice long metamorphosis at the end. Even try the leg loops. This is also really nice. You guys are like, oh yeah. But I don't usually start in cocoon because then nobody wants to come out, especially like siesta time, right? Oh, yeah. So see if you can get the leg loops over the feet and then cover the whole length of the calf. Really good. You want to pull that down a little bit more under your bum, Heather? So you stay in. You can just lift your hips and pull it. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. And again, it's just creating a new relationship, so that was perfect. So in time, it gets easier to make the adjustments. But it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. I get my arms in there. I can just cross my arms over my chest and give myself a little hug. Oh, thank the body for showing up. Thank the spirit for being so playful and willing to try something new. Thank the space for holding you. Thank the swing. Thank each other for holding the space. So we're getting into the spherical nature of our being. We're moving out of the linear thinking and the linear mind and the linear movements. And it's quite transformational. It's quite powerful. So even though we're doing very little, it has profound effects not only on the brain and the brain chemistry, the hormones, but on the immune system and lymphatic system and nervous system and endocrine system, metabolism, all the systems and functions. They're being powerfully affected by this practice. And so whenever we need a break, the cocoon is a great place to come and hang out. So we'll be doing about an hour or so of yoga translations. We're going to have a little bit of partnering and playtime. I call it romper room, where you get to really just drop in with your buddy. Each person has their own personal assistant today, so you guys are super lucky that we have this treat for you. It's not always like that. So it's really like a semi-private training that you get to experience. So really enjoy that one-on-one attention. And then after that, we'll have about a half hour of really sweet, deep meditation time, okay? So it's just always nice to know, like, where is the ship going? How long is the ride? When do we get off? Are we almost there yet? You know, I'll give you little cues along the way. But just know everything we're going to do today, you can definitely do. We're going to make adjustments for everybody, and then we'll give variations. So if anybody wants to try something more advanced, I'll give you that opportunity as well. So go ahead and just push one foot down, and then the other foot down. And you'll notice you'll get this gentle swagger in the swing. The swaying motion is so good to calm and soothe the body. As children, we're often rocked and coddled in order to create that calming and soothing. And then as adults, we don't get that same sensation. We don't get that opportunity. And it's so sweet for the nervous system. And it really does boost the immune system just to hang and to be held and to rock. So simple. Brings a nice inner smile to the heart that might translate out to the corners of your mouth. And just let there be a wave of gratitude and peace that wash over the body. There's lots of different ways that we can do restorative from here, and I'm often all over the place because we're on day 5 of 6 of the training, so we have lots of material to work with. So I'm piecing it together in different ways so the teachers can have the experience of how different it is each workshop. Have you guys noticed each workshop's been different? Even though there's been some similarity, I'm definitely mixing it up for you so you can see the variety pack. Okay, so from here, it just feels good. It feels right to come into a hammock pose. Okay, so hammock's also a really sweet restorative pose that we learned on day 2 of the training. So we're going to go ahead and try it from our cocoon. What we're going to do is release our right leg. Just going to let that leg loop go. We're just not even going to bother where it goes. We'll just let it pop to the side. And then our right leg is going to cross over the left. And it should be fully supported, right? So it's inside the leg loop. Right, but you did exactly what I said, Deborah, so thank you for letting me know. I have to add a little bit more information to that one. Okay, and so right now in the cocoon, our head is covered and our arms are covered. What we're going to do is we're going to blossom our arms out the back. So reach your arms up and overhead, and then go ahead and lift your head and wrap your arms around the outer edge of the swing so it's going to gather underneath the armpits. Really nice. Hello, welcome back. We're emerging. So then we grab that extra leg loop. I'm grabbing it with my right hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it over my head and then underneath both arms. So it's going to give a little extra support for the upper body. See if you can get that on in a good spot. It might get a little twisted. It's not that big of a deal. Just make sure it feels decent. Oh yeah. And then from there, I'm just going to let my hips rise up and I'm going to lean back. So if you lean back, Alyssa, it'll all happen for you. Push your hips up slightly. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. So as I push my feet down, my hips rise. So see if you can find that balance between the two. And you can also have the gentle swaying, rocking motion happen here. You can also be really relaxed and let the hips just be heavy. You don't have to come very far. It's just find what feels good. I like coming into a more supported back bend, so I might even let my arms open up wide, palms to the sky. So supported back bends and inversions. You heard me mention that those are the two primary things and priorities that I use the swing for. And it just feels so good to be supported in so many different places. Really nice. So opening up the heart, that's the center point, focal point of our practice. Heart opening. Beautiful. Now go ahead, if you've been hanging, support the head again. See if you can just do a little tuck, stretch the back of the neck, tuck your chin into your chest, look towards your knees. Stretch out the back of the neck. And then go ahead and return to your fullest expression on the back bend, whatever that looks like for you today. This is a good time to have ooh, oh, yum. So go ahead and exhale with sound. Raspberries are more than welcome in this space. We've been doing a lot of hip opening, so they require raspberries. Our little horsies. So we're going to go ahead and come back to chillaxing arms. Lift the head slightly. Let's do one more neck stretch. So I'm going to reach up and grab for the leg loop. I'm going to just tuck my arms inside. So just be really gentle because it might have a little wallop. And get the leg loop around the neck. Move your pretty little earrings out of the way or get your hair out of the way, whatever you need to do. But you can spread out the leg loop a little bit too around the back of the head. Just see if you can get it into a really nice spot so that you can get a neck stretch. Okay. I usually have to negotiate with my wings here. There we go. Good one. Good. And now I'm going to support my head still. It's really important to tuck the chin into the chest. Okay. And I'm pulling out through the crown of the head, so I'm creating a millimeter of space in between the vertebrae. Just the teeniest little space will bring so much relief for the spine, for the discs. Okay. And then go ahead, take one more breath here. Inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly. And then on your next inhale, reach up and grab for the leg loop with both hands. Okay, just take another moment to do a nice stretch in this position. So we always keep the neck supported in this particular stretch to make sure it feels safe. And then we're going to go ahead and release the leg loops. So go ahead and just tuck in. You might feel a little dizzy or woozy or lightheaded because that was really intense, right? And then we're going to pull ourselves up to sit. We're going to change sides. So let's go ahead and try the other side. So put that leg loop on. Transition any fancy way that you like. Take the other leg loop off. And then cross the legs and we'll pause here. This is nice. Our head's back in, our arms are back in. Yeah. Good job, guys. Yeah. So smooth jazz in the transitions. The transitions are just as important as the poses. It's kind of like swimming. Awesome. So just chilling at the beach. Sipping a pina colada. Go ahead and reach for that extra leg loop. Blossom yourself out. So you have to get the swing underneath the arms. And then let's go ahead and support the head and neck. And then over the shoulders, underneath the arms. Put it on like a t-shirt. Might be a little complicated if you have a lot of hair or clothing or jewelry. Let's see if you can negotiate. And then when you're ready, you just lean back. We get 2 hammock poses. We're so lucky. Since we have 2 hips. Yeah, you got it. And then just pass the hands behind the back and lean back. Yeah. So the more you push your hips up, the more you're going to slide down. So you get to decide what feels good. You happy? Does that feel decent? There you go. Yeah. There is a sweet spot for all the equipment. Like when you're in a pose, there will be one place where it feels better than the other. So you just have to kind of find it. Beautiful, guys. Now those that like to get fancy, go ahead and come into an even bigger back bend. So you can let your upper body slide down. So your leg loop is going to be like lower behind the heart. You might even be able to touch the ground. Only if your back is happy. Try a bigger back bend this time. This feels like a mermaid pose. Another mermaid. Reach up for the leg loop and help yourself back up to sit. Let's try the neck. Right? So we're going to go ahead and negotiate the leg loop onto the back of the neck. Be careful because it might have some spring to it as it adjusts. And in this position, you can keep the hips heavy, chin tucked into the chest, or you can go ahead and push the hips up towards the sky a little bit and traction the back and neck away. Whatever you do, just make sure you tuck the chin into the chest because this can be a really strong pose. We're going to make sure the neck is happy. If the hips are heavy, you can let the arms drop. If you push the hips up, go ahead and use chillax and arms. That looks awesome, everybody. Feel good? Yeah, so thanks for the thumbs. Appreciate that. Thumbs up. Yeah. So nice to get some space in the body. So expansion. We're working with the law of lift and of upliftment to our spirit to balance the pull of gravity. So gravity becomes our best friend. We use gravity to stretch us. Pretty brilliant, right? We have plenty of gravity. No lack of gravity, that is for sure. And sometimes we don't realize how strong gravity is until we get relief from it. So we're so used to that constant pulling on us. The earth loves us and adores us so much, it's constantly pulling us back home towards the center of our belonging. But when we float and fly, we get a new sense of freedom, and we can still feel gravity working on us, but we're working with it in a new way, especially with inversions, which we will do today, but we'll be very gentle about it. Some people have fear of inversions, and it's nice to get a little extra support in it to go deeper. So we're all going to reach up and grab for the leg loop. We're going to do that first. We start to sit up and go ahead and remove that from the back of the head. We are going to bring it forward, and now we're going to put both leg loops back on. Use your core here. Go ahead and expand. And then we come back to our chillaxing since we had a little break there. Now in these poses, I want you to notice that you can keep the swing under your bum if you want to do like a more beginner version. For example, if we wanted to do the same floating pigeon pose, we can do it reclined. And we're going to just go ahead and take that right foot and bring it on top of the left. We have to bunch the leg loops up at the knees for this, but we can keep them expanded too. Yeah, either way is good. So this is really easy breezy, right? Super easy. But for some people, this is enough of a stretch for the hip. If you want to go deeper, go ahead and grab that foot with your left hand and rock the baby. So you can wrap your right arm around the shin and just sway a little bit from side to side. You can also extend that right leg towards the sky and hold on to the foot with both hands. You can extend the left leg, and so right leg and left leg expand away from each other, and you have a little bit of a scissor kick here. So we can do all the same poses that we would do on the ground, all the reclined poses in the swing. It's really nice to have that extra support. It also makes it way more playful and fun. So go ahead and come back through to chillaxing legs. Let's do second side here. Bend the left knee, place it over the right. Just keep yourself lounging, leaning back. If you want to pull that left foot in, go ahead and rock the baby. Does everybody here do yoga? Have you seen? You can pull the foot into the crease of the arm and then wrap the other hand around the shin. Yeah, exactly. A little bit more intense of a stretch, right? Just one more breath here in our reclined pigeon, and then we're going to extend the left leg up towards the sky. Straighten the right leg away from the left, and we can do some scissor kicks. Hold on to the foot. There you go. And extend it back out. Beautiful, guys. So let's go ahead and advance. A little bit more challenging, okay? So blossom your arms out. Hold on to the front of the swing. So reach towards your knees. And then slide your hands up the edge of the swing. Okay, pull yourself up and then let it bunch under your arms again. Yeah, just spread your legs wide and reach up as high as you can, Susan. Bring your legs wide. And then let it, yeah. Keep lifting up. You got it. Yep. Bring your legs wide. It'll gather. Yeah, just let it slide off your bum. Get creative. Sometimes it's just best to use our imagination and see. That's why we call it aerial yoga play. So there's lots of room to play and explore and experience the swing. Feels a little bit better now, right? Yeah. Good. Hips heavy, heart open, neck relaxed. Good. So we're going to stay in chillaxing for a few more minutes, and then we're going to transition to some forward folds and do some new sequencing. Okay. So let's add on to our flow, our chill flow. We're going to come back through center. So we inhale to the arms. Big inhale, exhale, go ahead and squeeze around. Okay. We wrap around the leg loops and dive in for child's. Then inhale and blossom. Extend the arms and legs. Lean back and enjoy the stretch. And then we're going to inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Straight legs. Squeeze the hands together. Come to prayer around the swing. Press the hips up towards the sky. And then when you lean back, stay strong in the arms. You create that hook. So this is a reverse namaste. It's a great stretch for the neck and shoulders. Feels super, super good. Take a little swagger here. See if you can feel the belly open up in the front of the hips. Gentle rocking back and forth. And then we're going to inhale, reach up, grab for the swing. You can sink your hips down so you can see me for a second. This is nice and strong with the legs. And then I'm going to press my hips up towards the sky and come all the way back. So my head's pointing down towards the ground. The swing is now gathered at my waist. So stay holding on, because this is a big inversion, right? Inverted back bend. And if you're comfortable, swim your hands down. So this is called ladle. So we squeeze the energy out from the toes to the fingertips. Just one breath, because it's a big stretch. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Hold on to the swing. Exhale, sit back down. Woo. A little free high. So just let all that acclimate, right? Because we have to integrate after doing something so major. And so just the simple act, it's called changing planes. So it's a simple act of bringing our head down towards the ground and pressing our hips up towards the sky. We're starting to create that rotation and open up the front of the spine. So back to chillaxed arms. We're going to do that one more time. Just take a little break in the middle. If anybody starts to feel woozy and nauseous, that can sometimes happen when the body starts to quickly cleanse itself and detoxify anything that's been stuck or stagnant. So just imagine like an old purse that we turn upside down and we start shaking it out. You have all that little gook and soot that's at the bottom. That's what happens in our bodies when we start to do these practices. They're really powerful and really quick. So we'll be gentle and slow, but if you ever need a sip of water or to come down to a child's pose on the ground, feel free to make that transition. We're going to come to center. Let's try it one more time. Inhale, to the arms. Exhale, go ahead and squeeze everything in. Empty for child's. Inhale, blossom for stars. And yay, really good. Take a breath here. Fully exhale. Inhale, squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the hands together. Go ahead and bend into straight legs. Hands to prayer. Reverse namaste. Go ahead and stay here for a breath. Strong arms. Then inhale, reach up for the swing. Then when you exhale, drape the upper body down. The swing will naturally slide into the lower back and follow it low. Okay? So squeezing the legs together, we can hold on to the swing if we want that comfort, or go ahead and swim your arms down. Overhead, palms up. Beautiful, guys. Yeah, palms up towards the sky. That gesture of receptivity. Beautiful. Just let the body be filled, and at the same time be empty. So bend the knees. If you want to go further, we're going to swim it back for a bow pose. This is going to be our biggest pose for this sequence. So it's a big heart opening. Don't go too far. You can just reach back towards your feet energetically. It feels like too much to grab, but if you feel comfortable opening the heart, come into the full bow. Feel the heat building in the front of the core, all the way up into the neck and the face, and then release the feet. Reach up for the swing. Inhale up. Exhale. Isn't that amazing? You can go so much deeper into the poses, but still feel supported and creating some spaciousness for the swing. Go ahead and swing down. Really good. We're going to start to reverse our poses. We're going to come on down. We'll do some one-leg stretches and then back through sumo squat to some twists, and then we'll switch it up. So a couple more minutes with it behind the arms, underneath the arms. So you're going to feel this intensity, but then when we do forward folds, you're going to feel the intensity of the hip flexors. So just know these are the two major hubs of the body that we're opening that get really kind of stagnant and sticky. So let's go for it so our arms stay wrapped around, and both hands grab the right. Really good. So there's a tendency to go like this sometimes, and then you lose the anchor. So we hug the swing, grab the leg loop, and then come to a seated position, just like with a bent knee. So really important to do this step by steps. So now what we're going to do is this is called a choo-choo. So we turn our hand over and we grab. So it's like a little choo-choo. Awesome. Let's go ahead and extend the leg. It's easier at the knee, so go ahead and keep it at the knee if you're comfortable. But if you want the hamstring stretch, go ahead and just sway it out. So now if your swing grew a little bit, you could bring it up one if you want. If you're comfortable, it's fine. But that is as low as you want to go. Well, no, we would bring it up.
Oh, yeah. Would you want to say it feels like that's a
Thank you. So the swings stretch too, right? So after a bit of time in our body weight, you'll notice that they tend to get a little bit bigger. They do have an end point. They don't stretch infinitely like attacking or something. Yeah, but you have to bring the leg out if you want to come up. Everybody else happy?
Is there a way to get them tighter again?
Yeah, you wash them. So everything's washable. Thanks for asking, Deborah. Sometimes I forget those little details. So I picked this material because it's super stretchy sweatshirt material, just like your favorite hoodie. And you can wash it and dry it, and then it gets really tight again, like a pair of jeans, and then you wear it a while, and it stretches out, and then you wash it again. So I wash them every week, for sure. Depending on, if they get a lot of use, I'll wash them every couple days. But yeah, I like to keep them nice and clean. These ones are brand new, fresh from the factory, so they're just starting to get their stretch. Okay, so we're probably tired of that one, right? So go ahead and catch up with us. Make sure you stay seated and then put the leg loop on. Okay, honey? Awesome. So we're going to get left leg straight. Go ahead and put that leg loop on. There you go. It's okay. So go ahead and extend the left arm back behind you. Now this might be enough, right? If you're just enjoying this stretch, you could stay here. If anybody likes to do some core with me, we're going to pick the knee up. Okay? Go ahead and bend the elbow and support the head. This is called supermodel. So in our supermodel pose, we're just going to tuck in and bring our elbow to knee. And then go ahead and do a couple crunches. So let's go ahead and activate the core. You notice there's a nice strong line of energy through the left leg. That's what's holding us up. So we're pressing your hips up. So we come to a flat back. Yeah, lean back a little bit more, Deborah. There you go. So real easy. Now, if anybody wants to do 10 more like this, go ahead. We're going to try toe touches. So plank toe touches, span the arm and leg, and then go ahead and come up. So this is much more challenging. You have to really use your choo-choo. Lean back a little bit more, Heather. Yeah, there you go. And touch your toes. Now, if that's too hard, go back to the first ones. Do the ones that feel good for today. And then we're all going to hook. So lift your foot towards the sky and hook it on the swing. Yeah. It's a big stretch for the hamstring and the IT band. You can give it a little massage if it needs. Is the swing okay with the shorts on? You feeling okay?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. It'll pull on the skin a little bit, but it's totally fine. Yeah. The more you drop the hips, the deeper the stretch here. So just kind of find that balance for you. All the way up. All the way up.
All the way. Oh.
This is the leg loop.
Right.
This is the swing.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. It's really common to get confused when we're floating and flying and going upside down and all that. So an easier stretch would be to like this. Right? Some people are like, that's good. That's enough. This would be the big hook. Beautiful, guys. All right, so go ahead and release. Let's go ahead and return that foot. See if you can get it around the leg loop and do second side. Just some easy stretches. So let's land this one. Let's do a little different on each side so we can get a sense of how to use it. We're giving you like the little sampler. So we're going to land it on the knee. The foot can just turn out, relax. So we're not kind of popping up, we're sitting back into it. So this is going to get a little bit more intense for a minute in this one. So I use my choo-choo, and I go ahead and pick the knee up. So another way to do the core, right? Go ahead and touch down, but don't really land it, just touch down. And then go ahead and touch it down. So if the other ones you didn't like a whole lot, just try doing these ones for 10, okay? If you like the other ones, go ahead and pull up and activate the arm and touch the knee and try those ones. So 10. So whatever way, get creative with how you strengthen your core so it feels fun and happy. And then for those that want to do plank toe touches, go ahead and extend arm and legs. Make sure you lean back so you get a plank, right? Push your hips up towards the sky. There you go. So core activation before we try anything fancy. That way we're using our entire torso. Thanks, guys. Wherever you are is 100% okay for today. And then everyone's going to lift. You can actually push into the swing. Yeah, get it up there. Yeah, tight, right? So this part of the body never gets stretched. So I try to get creative with the swing to see how we can get into. If you want to bend the knee, that's okay too. It's like a little pigeon then. Drop the hips as much as possible. You get to control the stretch. So this is a little less. This is a little more. So find the balance between the swing, the intensity on the arms, the intensity in the legs, the stretch everywhere, right? Make some adjustments as you feel like you need. Really good. Now we're going to go ahead and lower that down, nice and slow and controlled. Find the floor. Bend the knee in. Go ahead and release that one. Let's go ahead and stretch back into a supported back bend here. Oh. Nice. Supported back bend. Chillaxing arms, feet together, weeping willow. Remember we started out here? So find your weeping willow. Go ahead and just sway from side to side. Straight legs, feet together. We're on like a diagonal, so we don't bend all the way back. We're supporting the head and we're pulling out and up like we're trying to shoot towards the top corner of the room. And create some space in the chest. Flaring the elbows out, we create space in the shoulders and the arms. Sweat for a bit. Beautiful. That looks great, Heather. Nice. So legs, weeping low, we're just floating in the wind with the upper body. The feet are strongly grounding down, and that lets us buoyantly rise up. Beautiful, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and release our arms and come into a forearm press. This is one of our favorites. So we do this, and to make sure that you can see me, so bring your hands above your brow. So otherwise you're like, I don't know what you're doing up there. Okay, lift the left knee up. Go ahead and roll into the outer edge of the right foot. So this is important. And then go ahead and step over. So we're doing a side body twist. Okay, it's like we're doing how you do the recline twist on the floor. We're doing that in a swing. So look over the left shoulder. So your spine is twisting towards the right, but your gaze is going opposite to the left. And then see if you can bring the knee up a little higher. Good. Nice, Julia. So the foot being here is okay, but creating a right angle with the knee to the hip and with the knee to the ankle is stacking the bones. That's great. And then drop. So the magic happens when we drop. You'll feel, again, these parts of the body that get really stuck and sticky. The outer edge of the oblique there and into the QL, into the side body, starts to stretch. So inhale, just come out of it for a breath. Take a little break, and then exhale, go ahead and drop back in. Oh yeah, a little bit deeper each time that you revisit it. Sometimes when we come out of the pose and bring some relief to the body, when we come back in, it'll allow a little bit more space. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, go ahead and just lift that foot back up towards center. Let's go ahead and cleanse it out. So see if you can come into the angel wings, jazz hands. If the neck is happy, stay here. If you need to do chillaxing, it's okay. And then we're going to inhale, open it up one more time. Forearm press on the exhale. So now the right knee is going to pull up, roll into the outer edge of the left, and step. So pull up that foot towards the hip a little bit higher. Just play with how far you want to go. You can pull the knee towards the left a little bit more and the gaze to the right. And these two movements in opposite directions is creating the openness in the side body. You feel that? Everybody feel their side body? Nice. Inhale, come out of it slightly. Exhale, drop back in. Oh, so good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. So Deborah, just look down and see where your hip is the other way. And make sure it's in line with your knee and then in line with the ankle. So this line happens. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, just twist a little deeper and then the gaze goes back the other way. There you go. Sometimes we avoid that tightness and that stickiness as the psoas starts to pull back. And that's really common, so we just soften into it. So the more that we drop, we're letting gravity actually do the work for us. Inhale, come on back up. Last, supported back bend here. Go ahead and find your favorite arm position. Just take a breath, swinging it out. And then inhale, come back up. Yay! Beautiful, guys, you made it. So we're just going to heel toe, our feet out wide. Go ahead and just sway it out from the sumo squat. We're going to just help ourselves up to stand in a sec. Sometimes I come into a forward full sequence here, but I want to get you guys to try the new black swan, so I'm going to bring us into our forward folds now. So go ahead and just pull yourself up when you're ready. Just a real gentle forward fold with the elbow crease. Shake it out. Do a little booty dance. Shake, shake, shake. No one can see you. Nice. And push into your arms to just come to stand from here. Let's go ahead and release the swing. Oh, sweet relief, huh? Go ahead and love up the little side body a little bit. It might be red. It's like a free golfing session. Take some getting used to. promise it gets easier. So let's just check in here. Are you okay, Deborah, on the time? Good. Perfect. Perfect timing. Okay, so we're going to come into some forward folds, and we're going to be easy about it, but I'm going to let you know you're going to get that free raw thing happening again here. Okay, we've been doing this for 5 or 6 days straight, so trust me, I want to be as gentle on you as I do on me after all this time. But, I think it feels good. What we have to get used to is the pressure, but we can also soften around it. Did you ever notice that if we contract around something, it actually becomes more painful? Does that make any sense? So just see if you can find that sweet spot, if you can soften into it, if there's a way to just kind of relax. And sometimes you just have to wiggle around to find it too, just giving you a little warning. So I'm going to face you to begin. So what happens, here you go, come on in, come on up. What happens is, thank you, Deborah, see you tomorrow. We're going to pull the swing down a lot. So I'm going to extend my arms. Right? When I extend my arms, sometimes it's easier with the swing low too, so you guys all look good. So now when I lean forward, that's going to be on the hip flexors, the lower part of the hip flexors. I'm going to walk my feet to the center of the mat. See if you can find the center of the circle. Now you're going to lean forward and drape your upper body down. Should feel good. So a supported forward fold is like having your favorite assistant help you lift your sit bones towards the sky, and at the same time lengthen through the side body. So see if you can clasp your elbows here. So we don't want to push up with our arms, we want to just let the upper body hang. Our head should be really close to the ground. Yeah, our heels are up, but we're energetically pulling down so we get the length through the hamstring and the back of the leg. Lean forward. So keep your feet in the center of the mat, just lean forward. Yeah, trust the swing. Yeah, does that feel a little better? Yeah, keep leaning forward. Cool. So yeah, so all of our weight is draping down. Swayed out from side to side, just notice the swaying creates a deeper massage, so keep it as a gentle micro movement, or go ahead and make it a little bit bigger if you like it. Beautiful, guys. Let's go ahead and expand our arms forward. So now we come into a down dog, right? So we're going to keep our feet where they are for a second. We're just going to come off our mat and expand forward. So V shape in the body, right? So inhale, pull forward, arch. It's called a cat's meow. Exhale, just round in, look towards your navel. Inhale, pull forward and arch. So we pull our shoulders over our wrists. Beautiful. Exhale, round in, look towards the navel. Squeeze it out. So inhale, go ahead and lengthen again. Lengthen, come on up. Beautiful. Exhale, round in. Press back. Really good. Okay, so now we're going to drop down onto our elbows, walk your feet back nice and slow so we get right underneath the plumb line. And this is called a floating leaf. So we're on our forearms, our hands are still down. We're letting our feet float. You guys, you good?
It's a little high, but is that okay?
Yeah, all you need to do is bend your elbows and you'll come into your forearms. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah, almost there. It's okay.
It feels fine.
Yeah. So you get to kind of play a little bit in the space. If you bring up, your feet are perfect. So you don't want to bring your feet any higher than your hips.
Okay.
You can always bring the swing down, you'd be closer to the ground, but we want to
No,
play.
explain it. I want to figure it out.
Yeah, it's nice to be a little higher, sometimes a little lower, sometimes depending on the sequence. So just exploring the space. Just go ahead and create a little bit more sway from side to side. Elbows are bent, but you can bring your, you can be on your hands and your forearms can come up for the sway. So we have plenty of space, but make sure you are negotiating with your neighbor. So that feel good, and then we're going to come up through a plank. In our plank pose, our arms are straight, right over our shoulders. So make sure you can kind of wiggle the swing into a good spot. Does it feel okay? Everybody good? Mostly? Okay, good. So we can bend the knee towards the elbow. So we're going to try that. So we're going to press back, and then we're going to inhale, pull the right knee to right elbow, and then press back, left knee to left elbow. So arms stay straight the whole time, legs stay straight when they go back. So make sure if you have a buddy behind you that you bring your legs just a little bit wide. So make sure, so you're in a gentle V. Yeah, so now everybody fits. There you go, Amy, make room for Bob. There you go. Yeah, so now we fit like the leg goes, but your feet are getting a little high there, Susan. Bring them down towards the floor. Yeah. So you're like in a plank, right? So yeah, there you go. And then just try swaying back and forth a little bit. Yep, you guys are all syncing up. Good job. Good. And now if you want to get fancy, try 2 elbows, 2 knees. So elbows to knees, frog leap. So we pull forward and we leap forward, and then we're just going to land it. Good job, guys. Landed in the down dog. So now your feet are at the back of the mat. Nice. So just a little bit of playtime. See what we can do with the swing. And then I just want you to wag your tail. Wag it out. So just roll it around. Just notice you can do little loop-de-loops and figure eights. You have a lot more freedom than you normally have in a down dog. So if you can step it really wide, so either your hands or feet come off your mat. I recommend the hands come off and the feet are at the back. Then you're in a V shape. Otherwise you're in a U shape, and that's a different pose. Let's come into that nice long leg of energy where the heart presses down towards the ground. Good. Stretch it out. Awesome. Let's go ahead and add a leg. So let's inhale, right leg up towards the sky, arch and open. Arch and look up. Beautiful. Right leg up. Yep. Exhale. Go ahead and squeeze in your nose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Let it feel good. Exhale, squeeze and round. So Heather, this time you're going to inhale, look up and arch. Yeah, like that. Add the leg. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Bend the knee. Go ahead and hook. So outside in. So the inside of the swing seems a lot closer, but go ahead and kick the leg loop and then get the foot hooked on the outside, the other side. Heather, oh, yeah. There you go. Bend the knee. Yes. Nice long arms to walk your hands forward so you have a little bit more space. There you go. Nice. One-legged dog, right? So let's just try it again. So go ahead and bend in, look towards your navel. Exhale, squeeze all the breath out. Inhale, pull forward. Look up. Exhale, go ahead and press back. When you press back, do you feel that hamstring stretch? Isn't that amazing? Inhale, pull forward. Look up. Exhale, press back. Okay, so if you're happy, just stay here. This might be enough for today. If you guys want to try the standing splits, you're going to inhale, pull forward, hop your left foot to the center of the mat, straighten the right leg up towards the sky. Just try it. If it's too much, you can always back off, but straight legs if you can, and then just drop in. We're all going to try half moon together. It's going to be really fun. So just hang out here, take a couple breaths. You can try bending the elbows and hanging. So straighten the top leg as much as you can, right foot towards the sky. Okay. Not too much, just right. And then go ahead and plant your left hand in the center, right underneath your chest. So walk your left hand in the center. Not back, just in center. Look up, long spine. So not back, bring it to center. So right underneath your chest. Okay. So go ahead and spin right arm towards the sky. So go ahead and do a twist. That's why your hand needed to be in the center. So the body will tell us, don't pick your foot up. You're standing on your foot. Left foot to the center of the mat. Hand to the front of the mat. Yes. There we go. Now go ahead and lift your right hand to the sky. Now sometimes this can feel a little off balance. So see if you have to straighten that leg, Julia. Straighten the leg up. So reach for the far edge of the swing. So go ahead and hold on. Reach for the far edge of the swing. So will you guys that are assisting come help some of our friends here so they can find it? Yeah. So help her reach for the far edge of the swing. Yeah. Thank you guys. Awesome.
I'm just going to stay here.
Just try it. It feels really good. So what we're going to do is come out to a half moon. So identify your left toes and point them to the left. Go ahead and point the toes to the left, yeah. And then walk out to the side. Walk out to the side. I promise you it's going to feel great. Yep, and then walk out to the left side. Walk it out. So the swing's totally got you, but now all of a sudden we're going to have to all the way over to the side. Yeah, all the way over. I know, trust the swing. Et voila, we're in a half moon. Slide on up. Yeah, so face your belly towards me. Yeah, keep sliding your hand up. Yeah, there you go. Nice. That's it. We made it! Now watch this. This is really fun. Okay, we're going to turn our toes forward. We're going to release our hand and it's going to bring us back. So go ahead, just feel the momentum. Go ahead. Turn forward, release your hand and it'll bring you back. Trust the swing. Yep. Whoa! Alright, let's come on out. Takes a little bit of trust. Bend the right knee, bring it down, just rest, forward fold. So you guys see in the training, sometimes we'll do something and it'll seem so easy, but if we could get our flying monkeys to come into like the half moon, then we're happy, right? We come back and we take a rest and we're going to try it again. First time's always the hardest, right guys? Okay, so let's spread out into our down dog. You have to get a nice long line of energy. Okay, beautiful. We're going to inhale, left leg up, arch and open, straight leg. Don't hook yet, Bob, listen. Up, cat's meow. Arch and open, look up. Bob, arch and open, look up. There you go, thank you. Exhale, go ahead and squeeze it. Inhale, look up, open. Pull, and then exhale, come in, round it in. Go ahead and just, I want you to sway a little bit in the space. Just do that in your own pace, space in your own time. As long as you don't kick anybody, right? Just go ahead and feel. See how the swing is holding you? It's kind of like you're floating and flying. So just pull forward and back a couple times and feel that swing. Nice, guys. Play a little in the space. Loosen it up. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale the leg up. Bend the knee. See if you can hook it on the outside of the swing. I got it. So go ahead and, yes, you got it. Just karate chop it up there. Not yet. You're very flexible, though. That's awesome. So our one-legged dog, so if we do the cat's meow from here, we're just going to inhale and pull forward and look up, right? Stretch the belly. And then we exhale and press back. So when we press back, you feel that hamstring stretch. Amazing. Inhale, pull forward. Just right, not too much. Exhale, press back. So one-legged dog, inhale, pull forward. So we're getting the hips ready. We're getting the heart ready. We're getting your courage ready to go deeper. Inhale, pull forward. Nice. Okay, now if you're ready for the next step, pop the right foot to the center of the mat. Look down and bring the foot to the very center of the mat. That's going to be your pivot point. Super important. Beautiful, guys. And now slide the leg up. So left leg reaches towards the sky. Standing splits. It's intense, right? So then if you can, soften the arms. Just let the weight hang. This might be as far as you've ever gone in standing splits, right? That's amazing. Standing splits are not that fun down the swing. So we're just be easy about it. See if you can soften in the breath or maybe smile a little bit. Do some raspberries. Upside down raspberries. It can be dangerous. Okay? So then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, just lengthen the arms. Right? So foot space in the center, really good. Give yourself a little bit more space. So bring your hands. There you go, hon. There we go. So then I'm going to place my right hand right underneath my chest, right? So I'm balancing to lift my left towards the sky. Beautiful. Nice, guys. So from here, so there's the easy side of the swing. You know, there's the standing leg, and then reach for the far side of the swing. The other side, the far side. Yes, you did it. Good. And now if we turn the toes out to the right, we're going to just sway our hand out to the right. Just try it. Yes. See, the momentum will carry us. Turn your toes out. You got it. Lift up a little bit higher. So reach up. Yeah. So your belly's going to face towards me if you can. So half moon. So this is a really great stretch. Can you drop the head and neck? See if you can get a stretch through the neck. There you go, guys. Reach your hand up a little bit further. You got it. Nice. Just hang out here. How can we incorporate a little bit more ease into the pose, right? Nice. It's easier with time, that's for sure. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's bring our hands down, start to turn your toes to the front of the mat, and let yourself swing forward. Whee! Playtime. All right, good. Slowly bend the left knee, come on down. Really good, guys. Oh, sway it out from side to side. All right, so walk forward towards me. Walk forward, walk forward. So if you're ready, come up for angel wings. See if you can hold on to the swing and lift up. Good. Really nice. You're going to find your pivot points. Then walk forward and come on up. Beautiful. Like, is that it? I redid all your hairdos, by the way. You're welcome. Like things. Okay, awesome job, guys. That was it. That was definitely a more advanced sequence. So thank you for letting us play and experiment on you. Okay. So there's one more part of that that's really fun that I'm going to show you, and then we're going to buddy up, and we're going to consider doing it. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to show you what happens next. So watch me first, okay? And we have tons of assistance in this space, but we're going to try it because it is really fun. So we have to come into half moon first, okay, to do it, and we'll lower your swing. You might have an easier time a little closer to the ground. But this is what happens. Well, let's just let him watch for a second. Okay. Yeah, thanks so honey. Okay, so let's just start with the right leg up. Okay, my foot's in the center. I'm going to get my heart right underneath my hand. I spin up. I come out to the side. See, I could just pick up. I spin, and then I'm going to climb up. So this is what's going to happen. If all goes well, I'm going to turn my belly towards the sky. I'm going to hold on with both hands, and then I'm going to kick up like hammock, right? And then I'm going to stretch. We're going to try that first. If that goes well, we're going to bend the elbows and spin through center and come on out. So we get to do a little flip today. Are you guys up for it? She just pees herself laughing. You can do it. You can do it. We're going to have lots of assistance. Let me show you again, since we have two sides. It's much easier than it looks. Right leg up. Straighten. Okay, get my hands in the center. So I have to come into the half moon first. So whoop. I turn my toes out, my upper body will follow. I'm going to turn my belly towards the sky. So I'm just going to climb up and hold on with both hands. Kick up for hammock. Maybe this is as far as you go. This is your big aerial performance move for today. Then if you want to go further, so you're going to get a nice grip, bend the elbows, and you're going to spin out. It's really fun. I promise you, you're going to go home and tell all your friends. You're like, I did a flip. Oh my God. Okay. So Amy, will you pair up with her? So yes. Lisa, I'm going to pair up with you. So Bob, will you pair up with Julia? Are you okay with that?
Yeah. So you okay with that?
I'm happy to help, okay? So let's come into a forward fold. Remember, you stretch it down and bring this. Okay. You go lower. She's peeing, so I'm here to help too, okay? I'll talk you through it. So let's all do it together. Okay? So it's okay to talk with your buddy, I don't mind, but we're all going to follow the cues and do it together. Awesome. So lean forward, come into a forward fold. Awesome. Lean forward. So,
What if you back a little bit?
yeah, so what happens, I'm going to pull you, okay? So trust that the swing has gotten you. So this is the pose. Yes, all the way, lean forward, bend your elbows. Yeah. So see how the swing is holding you on a diagonal? So that's the pose. Does that feel okay? So I want you to lift one leg up, lift this leg up, and then just shimmy. Yeah. And then put that leg down. Lift the other leg up and just kind of shimmy. There it is. See how it's kind of working out. So that got it a little bit lower. Feels okay? Okay, great. So let's go ahead. Let's first identify which leg is our left leg. There it is. Shake it out.
Yeah, I did it.
I know, that was good. This one. Go ahead and bend the knee. Yep. Go ahead and hook the foot on the outside. Remember how to do that? Hook the foot on the outside. Yeah, karate chop that thing up there. There you go. Hi-ya. Did it. Go ahead and lengthen, come into the one-legged dog. One-legged dog. Cool. Now we're going to hop. Go ahead and get in. Oh, we're going to do left leg first, right? Yeah. Go ahead and straighten that top leg if you want, and then hop the right foot to the center of the mat. Left leg up. Yeah, you got it. So straighten this leg up towards the sky, hop the right foot to the center of the mat. Beautiful. So lean forward into it. Yes. Good. Now come up on straight arms, so come up, lift your chest. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant the right hand down in the center, lift the left leg towards the sky, so towards So right underneath your chest, walk it forward. So so you have to stretch it out a little bit, yeah. So go ahead and bring the left arm towards the sky. Yes, here we go. So here we go. So Bob, watch me. I'm taking my hands, I'm standing right here. I'm gonna just pull up and give them a little twist and a stretch. Right? Yeah, so is that okay? Oh yeah. So just communicate with your person. You can even lean into my boobs a little if you like. It's a little bonus for you. Don't do that with your points. Okay. So your chest is opening up. So it's a twist. There we go. Nice. So just stabilize them a little bit. And then your hand comes back. You have to get that twist from the torso. Nope. Let me help you. So you have to open up the chest, reach for the opposite side. There you go. Perfect. Isn't it so nice to have a buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to turn your toes out to the right here. Just turn your toes out. Mm-hmm. And then let the hands, so your upper body's going to come with you, and then walk your hands over too. Just walk it over this way. To the right, to the right.
Hands to me.
Turn your toes to the right, and your upper body will swing. Beautiful, guys. Reach up a little bit higher. Beautiful. Now it should feel really good. Everybody good? Drop your neck. Just stretch the neck. So ear to shoulder. Yeah. So your belly is rolling towards the front of the room, so just open it up a little bit more. There you go. Gentle. Is that okay? So you guys are doing so good. Now this is what's going to happen. So the hand that's on the floor, that right hand is going to reach up above the left. So turn your belly up towards the sky. So reach up. Pull up.
Bring your
All the
right
way
hand.
up. Pull up. Yeah, all the way up.
The right hand lifts.
Got it. Reach up. So you turn your toes to the back of the room. Beautiful, guys. You're doing great. So hold on tightly. Lean back. Lean back. Just let it feel good. Now, if you're feeling comfortable, you can kick up into hammock. So just cross your ankles. Yes. You guys are superstars. Now push up and reach up towards the sky. Arch and open with your chest. Push your hips up slightly. Yes. Doesn't that feel amazing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to reach up as high as you can. Go ahead and just, even higher.
Bring your hands up even higher.
Okay? So now when you drop your hips, you're going to bring your head and your shoulders through the center. Don't do it for. So you're going to bring your head and shoulders through the center, and then you're going to twist through. Go ahead and roll through. Go ahead, keep going. Roll through. Yeah, roll through. Okay, so now we're going to do the second side, and it's going to seem easier, right? So all you need to do, so everybody was really close to the ground, and that's okay. So if you kind of pull in and pull up to bend elbows, you're actually going to be able to float, and you'll do this little spiral, and it's really awesome and cool. But you have to reach up high and pull up, so just bend the elbows, okay? We'll try to remind you, but we wanted you to get the shape first. I know, everyone's ready. You ready? So we put the swing down low with the hips. We're going to lean forward again. That was really great, guys. Go ahead and lean into it. So identify your right leg. Right leg. Okay, outside in.
That's it.
Yeah, outside in. Keep the left leg grounded, right? So we're in a one-legged dog right now. So we have to straighten the leg up towards the sky. We have to do it step by step. Nice. Really beautiful. Really beautiful, guys. So we have to make sure the left foot is in the center of the mat. That's key for our success. Okay, good. You guys are doing great. So we're going to twist now. So we're going to center the left hand under the chest, right arm towards the sky. So try to balance. There you go. So we're going to open up the belly. Yes. Beautiful. Now that we have the chest open, we can reach back for the outer edge of the swing. You got it. And then keep opening up the chest. Beautiful, guys. So I'm leading you. So toes turn out to the left. Arm swings out to the left. Yes. And then we come into half moon. Half moon magic. All the way. All the way to the side. So the toes turn, and then and your upper body will just swing. Yeah. That's awesome. There you go. It's okay. Wiggle it over. And then reach up a little bit higher.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you got it. You're already a high flyer. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. We turn our belly towards the sky. We take our left arm and we reach it above the right. Yeah, and then kind of climb up a little bit. Yes. Good. So then have the arms straight. Lean back and hook the feet. Hook the feet for hammock. Yes. Now push the hips up towards the sky. Lean back, push the hips up towards the sky. Nice. There it is. And then you're going to roll through the center. And then you're going to come out. So reach up as high as you can. Keep the elbows bent. Reach up as high as you can. Bend the elbows. Yeah. Inside. Come on the inside and spin. Come on. Rolling through. Roll through. Yeah. Keep bending the elbows. Adrian's like, what are they doing up there? It's really fun. So you guys just have a side spin. We just learned that today. Okay. Now, I wonder if you guys would be comfortable if we all try to do it together. Should we try it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay? All right. That way we all how we do frequency of frequency, right? So the more often we do it, the easier it gets. I know, it's so fun. So
It's a lot easier when you pee first. I just want it off.
yeah, so you know, the empty bladder makes you a little lighter. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go in the same direction as you guys, otherwise it's hard for me to cue backwards. It's so funny. Okay, so I'm going to bring the swing down, stretch it all the way down. We'll go nice and slow, so don't worry. So I'm going to keep an eye on you too. So if you need anything, I'll be right here. So feet grounded. Okay, let's start with the left leg. Left leg goes up. Find the outside of the swing. Other side, outside in. Yes. Now, as we straighten the leg, we're going to hop the right foot to the center of the mat. That's important. Now we can take a moment to just hang, and then we're going to lift our chest. We're going to plant the right hand right underneath the heart. Left hand spins towards the sky. See if you can get that nice long line of energy so you're blossoming through the rib cage and the belly. Reach for the far end of the swing, all the way back. Reach back. Grab for the swing, honey. Oh, there you go. Turn the right toes out to the side, and the hand will follow, and then you're going to come to the side of the mat. Go ahead, spin it out. Yeah. There you go. Beautiful, guys. Pros, right? Okay, so now I'm going to turn my belly towards the sky. My right hand is going to reach above my left. Good. Yep, reach all the way up. You got it. Put your belly. You got it. Keep your foot grounded. It's okay. It's all right to play. So turn your toes with you. So your toes are going to turn towards the back of the room as you reach up. Yes. I know, we got to bring those little toes with you. Turn your toes to the, yeah. It's okay, little tricks. Okay, so the first thing we do is hammock, which is really fun. Across the ankles, we lift. So good, right? Okay, so from here I have to bend the elbows, get my chest and my head through the center, and then I'm going to spin out. Woo! Reach up a little bit higher. You're like, yeah, good job. I like this one. Reach up a little bit higher. Yeah. Keep the elbows bent, and you're going to spin out through center. That's good too. Yay! We did it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank God we only have 2 legs, right? All right. Last time, guys, you're doing great. After this, I promise you a long shavasana.
I know that's why you're queuing, Jen. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. In itself, huh?
Yeah, okay, so let's go for it. Last time. So swing at the hips. Go ahead and lean forward. Get comfortable. Make sure the swing is in the sweet spot. We're going to identify our right leg, bend the knee, hook the foot, outside in. Once you hook the foot, then you can start to straighten it out. Once the leg is straight, we're going to hop the left foot to the center of the mat. All right, so left hand has to be under the chest. That way we can reach the right arm towards the sky and we twist. Now the right arm is going to reach all the way back for the swing. All the way back, yes. So we're going to turn our toes to the left and we're going to swing out to the left. Yes. See, even that seems easier now. Go ahead, keep going, honey. All the way over. So if your mat was a clock, you're going to bring your left hand to 9 o'clock. Yeah, there you go. That's a good cue. Beautiful. So reach up as high as you can with your right hand. Your belly is facing me. And then you're going to take your left hand and it's going to reach up over the right. So I have to reach my belly towards the sky, turn my toes towards the ocean. Turn your toes towards the ocean. That's okay. All right, she's ready. And then for hammock, we pick up our standing leg. Our left leg is going to cross over the right. Beautiful. Don't worry about the leg lift. There you go. Nice kick. So then we arch and open. It feels so good. Now to do the sit and spin, we have to pull up with our elbows tucked in and then roll through center. Woo! We can spin out.
Oh, incredible.
It's so much fun.
Back here,
first class, so I'm really impressed. I want to thank you guys for being willing to be so courageous and go for it. And we're perfect timing, of course. Of course.
That's my so energized after that.
I know. Well, that's right. We're going to bring it down nice and slow. Right, it's okay to get a sip of water too if you have anything to drink close by. Bathroom breaks are okay too. We're going to take a nice long shavasana after getting so
When we went like
exhilarated.
that, I had the image of the ice skaters and they come with their arms closed.
It's the best feeling
It's
ever.
sort of aerial kind of. It's so fun.
All right. All right. Mellow music. Time for mellow. Oh yeah. Get in. Just go deep. I know. Bring your little blanket and your hubby. Yeah.
It was totally, I couldn't do it when it was so high. I just
Oh yeah. Well yeah, when your foot was yeah.
hit ground.
To ground, exactly. Yeah. Keep going. Leg goes over.
And then this leg over.
Yeah, you got it. That was it.
Yeah. I get a little confused what way to turn. I know I have to pull on to that. Here it goes. Unless I'm comfortable right now. There you go.
It's finished and then it comes back.
Yeah, it kind of goes, shoot.
Yeah.